Good morning. We'll get started in a few minutes with our contemporary class. Please start by tuning into your body, listening to where you're at. Hey, Elton, thanks for coming. Great to see you. Start tuning into your body, tuning into what you need and where you're at. For me, that looks like I noticed that my left thigh is a bit more sore today, so I'm going to give it some attention. The sensation of connecting to my core, so I may come into plank. Just letting your body sensations guide your warm-up for a few minutes while we wait for people to join us. Hey, Hamilton. Youth Project, welcome. Also take time to connect with your space, what your space might need. I had to do a good sweep of my space. If you want to move any furniture, have a glass of water handy, which is what I'm going to quickly do. Lying down on our backs with our feet in line with our sitting bones, so our feet are flat on the ground. We're going to place our hands on the top of our pelvis, fingers on the pubic bone, thumbs on the belly button, heels of hand on the ASIS. We're going to connect to our core, so we're going to rock back and forth through the sacrum, tailbone down, and then squishing the light out from under our lower back. We want all our movements to come from our core. We want to understand the small, intricate movements it can do. And they're very specific and very precise. And it's very easy to not use our core and just use our huge muscles to move our body. When we move from our core, our movement becomes more powerful and refined. It's also healthier for our backs and our hips. And so we can do this rocking back and forth with our hip flexors and our feet. Let's aim to keep those soft and do it just with our core. We're going to now rock right to left, so putting more weight at the back of the pelvis into the ground. And all these movements are the beginning of larger movements. If you were to sit up and think of that tailbone back and forth, so that could be a spine curve, that could be a back arch, going side to side is the beginning of a rotation. So we're tapping into that first impulsive movement. We're going to draw a circle on the floor with the pressure of our lower back. So we can start with our tailbone, roll around to one side, back hip, roll around to the lower back, roll around the other way, roll around to the tailbone. And let's go the opposite direction. Letting the weight be light in the feet and light in the energy of the hip flexors, really using that low, deep core muscles. Coming back to neutral. We're going to roll at the spine using the glutes and hamstrings to lift up our pelvis. We're going to open the windows of the fronts of our hips, open wide, wide, wide. We're going to drop halfway and pause, and then a quarter of the way and down. Floating up one knee to cross. So we're going to now tap into and acknowledge our pelvic floor, which is like the saucer. If our pelvis was a teacup, it's like the saucer of our torso. It's the very bottom thing that supports us, the bottom structure. Squeezing our legs together, feel what that's like. Pull them apart, feel what that's like. Now squeeze your legs together and pull them apart. Engage your pelvic floor, which is your sex organs, the muscles that you use when you're trying to hold a full bladder. We're going to engage that. And now we're going to put weight into the tailbone and lower back, rocking back and forth, feeling what that's like. With all that beautiful tone and vibrational energy in our adductors, like squeezing together, abductors, like squeezing apart, and our pelvic floor and our core. Interlace your fingers, flex that foot, and you're going to push out your heels of hand and heel of foot. Put so much weight into that long leg along the floor that your pelvis lifts up just ever so slightly. We're lengthening our psoas, have a nice connection between the tip of your sternum and your pubic bone. So we're not splaying wide, we are connected, floating down. Other leg floats up. Squeeze the legs together, feel what that feels like. Try to pull them apart. Engage the pelvic floor, squeeze and pull apart the legs. Rock back and forth. This is also an excellent low back release. Flexing the foot, heels of hands, reach way, way long. Lift up. Floating up, finding that length in the psoas. My ribs are connected to the top of my pelvis. Researching this movement, sitting in cross-legged, we're going to allow our low back, like when we're on the ground, we're going to squish back slightly. So just a very low curl, feeling what that's like. And then the opposite way, reaching out the tailbone, nice. And then we can pull one hip back and rotate and go the other way, feeling what that initiation is like. Coming to all fours, back to arch, reaching out the sternum, and then initiating from the pelvic floor and the core, round weight into the hands, lengthen long, tuck the toes, reach out, holding plank, feeling the tip of your sternum to your pubic bone, your ribs to your ASI. Great. And we're going to, just rotating here, finding a nice camera angle. We're going to slide the knees in and out. If it doesn't possible for you to slide, you can just pick them up. 6, 7, 8, lengthen long, and we're going to circle cross, circle cross. And off the floor, it's just around and threading in. And we're going to slide in and out. Or that can be a little hop in and out. Walking the hands up, engage the pelvic floor, engage your core, roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. With the energy in your core, beautifully engaged, the legs are strong and the upper body is available. We're going to walk around our space. Let's walk so that we're making zero noise. Very deliberately, we're going to notice the bottom of the step, the place where our foot fully connects to the ground and opens wide. I like to think of the image that if I was to step in a big marshmallow and my foot sunk through all the way to the ground. That's what I mean when we hit the bottom of the step. Great job, you guys. Now we're going to quicken this a little bit, but starting first with a little bit more energy in the core. And we can start to change directions. We're keeping the knees and hips soft, shifting. All of dance is moving our body through space. When we shift our weight through space, we are doing a plie. We're receiving the weight, and our knees and hips and ankles are receiving and gathering the body. And so I want you to think of this walking around the space as a plie. And so now we're going to notice when we stand on one foot and we receive the bottom of the step, can we open the body wide and really be here and let our body move? Our arms are like in water, as though treading, out and available. The core is turning on more, and our leg can float through the space. Great. And walking through the space, find the bottom of the step on the other leg, core ignites even more. And we can keep a softness and availability in the spine. And then walking, take time to research the bottom of the step, the plie on one leg. Great. And from here, from this research, we're going to start to shift our plie to a different image. It's quite funny. And I just want a moment to give this attention. There we go. Now we should be good. We want music. Shifting our weight and kneading through our feet. We're going to knead through our feet like warm chewing gum. If our body was soft, squishy chewing gum, what is it like to consider our feet that way? Warm and chewing and juicy. So we're going to chew our beautiful, strong feet and ankles. And then we're going to start to chew our knees. Yeah, nice. And then we're going to bring that up into our hips and thighs, chewing gum. And we want to go for a huge range of motion, finding our big, huge availability, our pelvis, knees, ankles, feet. Bringing that up into our core, letting our abs chew. Bringing it into our sternum, chewing gum, and our ribs. Our back, our scapula, our upper back, our neck, where our core connects to our sternum, our shoulders, our elbows, our wrists and hands, and our head. So we're a big, juicy piece of chewing gum. And we're getting bigger and chewier, warming up, getting going. And if you're worried about hitting a wall, just let your fingers connect to a place. We don't have to pretend we don't have to give space to our space around us. If you're getting close to something, just use it. So you can let your physicality be as big as the space. Let it go big and chewing it increases just a bit more. This ridiculous chewing gum dance. So our body's sticky because it's chewing gum. And we're going to imagine that our fingers could pull stringy bits of chewing gum from our core. So we're going to move our arms like they're connected to our core with long strings of chewing gum. Research and see what that's like for yourself. And then we're going to consider the same with our toes and feet. Long, stringy chewing gum bits from our core. So this web of chewing gum is going to stay with our physicality as we continue. Finding a wide stance, spreading that chewing gum further and further. Great. We're going to drop the hands and slide in. And if you're not able to slide in, you do a gentle hop, bringing the legs together. Our walk, we're going to bring back, and I'm going to choreograph and share with you a plie combination, keeping our core beautifully engaged and humming, and keeping the aliveness of our chewing gum body. Warm, juicy, supple, pliable, long, sticky strings. We're going to do 2 steps forward. Find the bottom of the step, find the bottom of the step, step back, step back. The available leg is going to turn out and step. Great. Again, forward, forward, back, back, reach, turn out. We're going to this available leg, and then it's going to pierce the delicious marshmallow and stretch. We're going to curve forward plie, open wide to the leg you started with, rotate over the leg that's straight. I'm pushing the ball of my foot into the ground. Bend, rotate, open, shift, around, stand. Other side. Forward, forward, back, back. Reach out the heel. Up and down. Here's a marshmallow. Plie, open wide, rotate, over, bend, here, turn, together. Great. Let's do this with some music. We're going forward, forward, back, back. Reach out the heel, step up, and pierce, arrive, plie, open, stretch, rotate, knee bends, rotate. Here, shift the weight, turn together, step, step, and back, back, turn out, pierce, up, through the marshmallow, plie, curve, open side, rotate over, bend the knee, and squish under the heel. Transfer weight, turn, and step. When I showed it the first time, I went the wrong way. I apologize. We go. Forward, forward, of the heel, pierce down, plie, side, ball of foot, rotate, bend, over, shift, turn, stand. Back reach of the heel, curve forward, open, rotate, bend, here, shift, around, stand. Again. Reach out the heel, pierce, plie, open, around, bend, up and over, shift lower, up, reset, forward, reach out the heel, pierce, here, open, here, open side, rotate over, bend, press, transfer, turn. Great. Give that a little shake. And let's take some time to go over that on our own, finding the research of it for yourself. Each time we do it, finding the bottom of the step, the expansion of the body from the energy in the pelvis. And here, we can allow this to be bigger. We can connect this shoulder and this knee. Connect. Plant through that gorgeous, juicy marshmallow. We have the strings from our chewing gum core, and this is pressing. And then our core is lifting more as we rotate. Bend the knee and spiral over, shift, swing, stand. Take some time to take those choreographic elements into your own research. So what it's like to pierce through a marshmallow. What it's like to do a big plie with those strings from your core and then open up to the side. What it's like to use the rotation from the ball of a foot to move the whole body. What is it like to sink deeper, spread wider, to let the swing make a turn? And we can take these into different places. Again, don't be afraid to use your fingers to touch the space. It was revolutionary for me when I gave myself permission to do that. I had a bigger room. Let's wiggle and shake that off. The idea of the foot sinking through the marshmallow, starting with the toes, ball, heel. Toes, ball, heel. So when we were walking, we were doing heel first. We're going to consider those strings from our stomach, our core, allowing a resistance to happen as we move through the foot. Through the foot. We're going to rotate forward, step back, side. Forward, back, side. Let's just research what it is to transfer our weight here. Can we keep our core a little bit more humming with each transfer? And then we want to see if my toe is here, for example, and I'm going to do a step. I could step here. But let's see what happens as I'm playing my back leg. Can I push how far? So finding that length of step with the metatarsal. And if you're taking up your whole space, that's awesome. You have bars everywhere. Great. We're going to add on. We start doing 2 full shifts. Front, back, side. That's 1. Front, back, side. That's 2. Front, lengthen, step back, lunge. We're going into a traditional arabesque on a fondue, a bent leg. You're going to let yourself step back, and then from here, you're falling to the back corner, lunge. So this lunge, the legs are turned out, the body's flat and open. Great. And from here, I'm going to push off this leg and swing in parallel. From here, it swings front, and then when the leg can't go anymore around this way, it bends and threads through. From the threading through, I'm going to swing, retrace, and I'm going to step, slide out, side, and I'm going to lift my knee. And by lift, I mean float. It's just going to float up. Our arms are like in water. They're engaged. They're involved. The shape and form is to support the movement of the lower body. So we go. Let's start this way. We go forward, back, side, forward, back, side, forward, lengthen, press back here, swing around, thread through, rotate, come back, step, knee floats up. And then we're going to allow this knee to come forward, wrap the torso around, and then wrap back, and then stretch, swing around to start other side. On the swing around, we would go step. Is that right? Let's do it from the top. Yeah, okay, great. Same time. Forward, back, side. Forward, back, side. Lengthen, up. Fall, swing, thread through. Swing, swing, thread through. Shift the weight, float. Forward, back, swing around. And let's do the other side. Forward, back, side. Forward, back, side. Forward, lengthen, arabesque. Push back, lunge. Swing around, swing, swing, swing around, step, float. Bring it forward, bring it side, bring it back. We're going to swing the leg around to start again. Let's just do that second side together again. Forward, back, and side. Forward, back, side. Forward, lengthen. Reaching long. Step back and lunge. One moment. Lunge back and long. Swing around, step. Swing, swing, and around, step. Float. Bring it forward. Bring it around to the back. Swing, step, around. Great. How are we doing? Questions? You can throw it up if you need. We'll keep going. Let's have some music. Let's go this direction first. forward, back. And around. Forward, back. Lengthen, step back, lunge. Lunge. Forward, side, spin around. Great, shake it out, and just do choreography to your space and as you need. Just go over it for a second. For some reason, my awesome phone decided to die. I have to go get my charger. Hey, I'll be right back. Great. On an angle. There we go. Back in business. Sorry about that, friends. Okay. Here we go. Forward, back, side, forward, back, side, forward, lengthen, step back, lunge, swing the leg, swing, swing. Let's float. I'm standing up today on my supporting leg. And from here, let's swing it all the way around to the forward step. Lengthen long arrow back, step back, lunge, swing, swing. Staying on the PA here, keeping the float sensation in the knee, and then from here, let's just swing all the way around to the forward, back, side. Keeping stepping to our marshmallows, keeping our springy fingers from the core. Floating. And back. And now we're going to woo all the way around. Forward. Back. Forward. Side. Forward lengthen. Step back. Lunge. Swing. Float. Rise. Bringing forward. Around. Back. And then we'll just swing it all the way around. Let's finish there. Take a little shake out. Carrying on from the combo nation from last Saturday, we're going to think of reaching out the thumbs. So if I show my YouTubers, I'm thinking of reaching this part of my thumbs forward. Kind of like, I'm thinking I'm Spider-Man, kind of. And the arm that reaches forward is the leg that reaches back. So I'm going, it's like, I guess, reverse cross-country skiing. We're going to come around in a circle. So we're going to go back, 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 back. And you're going to eventually end up with this leg behind. So you could technically do it any way that makes sense. I'm going to turn these awesome comments on. I love all these waves. but you're blocking me. There we go. Okay. Back, back. This leg ends up back. We're going to do a big turn around with this leg, a big circle, and we're going to step over it. Cool. So we've been doing the backward cross-country skiing. Step back, circle around, circle around. We're going to slide into a mama deep second and chase our foot. So we go back, back, however many you need to give yourself space. Around, around, drop, turn. From here, we're going to snake up and down with our knee. So this shoulder is going to connect to this knee, and you can do your whole torso land, and you can choose to squeeze it tight in fifth, or if you want to hang out in first, that's awesome too. We go, shoot back, shoot back, shoot back, shoot back, lunge, around, step around, land. So when I said this shoulder, I was just a little bit kidding. I meant this shoulder, so the same arm and leg, land from here. From here, we're going to explode out to fourth. So it's a parallel fourth that's really wide, and I'm using it to wind up. I'm doing a beautiful wind up to come around. And you could also do it without turning. You could do it like that if you don't want to turn. So we go back, back, lengthen, around, around, chase your tail, zoom, here, fourth, turn, lengthen, step. Great, let's do that just slightly slower. We're doing these lengthened backs. Circle around, step. Great. From this step, this leg's going to come around. You can drag it on the floor. You can let it be medium height. You can let it be high height. Your artistic license. What we do want is falling off this leg, so we can slide out. And as we slide out, we want our pelvis not to drop. So let's just feel what it's like to drop everything in our pelvis, all our organs, all our beautiful abs. And this is a useful place to be. We want to be able to do this. There's nothing wrong with it. But the tendency is to do that in this deep plie. Instead, when we do the deep, juicy plie, we're going to rev up our core a little bit more, because that's going to allow us to turn. So I'm here. I go around, step, more core, land here, zoom around, step. Great. Let's go slowly again. We're here, zoom around, step, around, lunge around, up, here, this back. Okay, so my torso is rotating up stage or away from the camera. I'm going to unwind and do this. I'm thinking of my leg doing lift, circle, out. So it's kind of doing attitude, retire, front. Cool. And then let's just do that again, I think. So we go, reach back, around, step, core, lengthen, step. Amazing. Go over that for yourselves for a second. I'd love to add on, but before I do, I'll do that chunk plus the new step. So I figured out that I think it's 3 that I'm going to do backwards. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, around, around, here, step, and I'm going to then do a parallel leg. My knee's coming in, and I'm gonna grab my knee. Do this arm under. Grab, and then it's gonna kick out. Grab, kick out. Your body's wound up this way. You're going to turn, swing, turn, swing, turn this way. Cool? So I'm just using this as like a pump, doing little quarter turns here. Great, let's do some music. Play around with the movement. If you're not getting it, if you're not the same coordination, timing, go with what makes sense with your body. This is for your body to move and to dance. So change the choreography, change the orientation in the space, make it physical, and try and get yourself nice and sweaty and buzzing. Okay. Stepping back, we arrive to this long place. Circle around, step around, slide around. Gather up, down. Here, around, lengthen, step. Pull in that knee. You're gonna rotate. Rotate. Rotate, grab. So from the third one, you're gonna chase. This leg's gonna slide in. So I'm squeezing my midline together. And the arms are going to chase, grab. Yeah. From that last one, that step, grab the knee, and you're hugging, and then you're opposing the hug of your hands by kicking out. And as that happens, you're gonna turn a little bit, turn a little bit, turn a little bit together. Great. Then you're going to do right, this is my right, left, but however, it might be your left, right, depending on what platform you're on. And land, grab, bing, bing. When that happens, your hands squeeze so much that they explode apart. So we've gone here, zoom, bing, bing. And you're gonna let yourself do a little car salesman floaty man. From here, woo, awesome. Let's do that from the beginning, shall we? So we go reach back, step, reach back, around, step, around, and great. I missed a part that I'm going to put in. I'm sorry. After we grab this leg, it explodes out of our hands. We do a half turn, or it's actually, I guess, a little less than half. Here, we're going to swing twice. Then we're going to grab into our head, and then open up. And then we're going to do swing, swing. Just a little add-in. Thanks. So, we'll go the step, knee gather in, explode out. Rotate, rotate, rotate. In, up, down, down, gather. Cool. Let's do that from the top. Stepping back, stepping back, stepping long. Around, 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 around. Lengthen, step, knee, push, half turn, swing, 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 down, up, plie, plie. Together, bam, bam. And we can find a bit of speed this, with that last bit as we go. Let's just do that last bit. Knees gathered. It goes kick out. Plie, 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 lower, stand. Now you're straight-legged. Drop, drop. That coordination again. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I am doing a little bit of a lean into that side. Let's use that then. From here, we're going to go bing bing, swing back, fall land. We're here, bing bing, land. Cool. So that is awesome. We're going to do it one more time. Then we're going to figure out the other side because there's time. I did it. Step, step, lengthen back, around, around. More core, whoosh, woo. Land, land, sweep around, step. Gather the knee, kick out. Rotate, rotate, rotate down, drop. Plie up, plie together, bing, bing. Drop. Nice. So good, you guys. So good. Okay, let's figure this out this way. What now? We're going back, back, lengthen, circle around, step around, plie, turn, up, down, sweet. Stepping back, stepping back, stepping long, run to sham around, around, plie, turn, woo. From here, fourth, pick up that back leg, extend, step, grab, to there. Okay, feels, okay, from here in, explode out, zoom, boom, 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 drop, standing, drop, gathering, woo, fall. I think that's it. Great. We go back, back, lengthen long, around, step and turn. Woo, land, land, turn, lengthen. From this lengthening, it feels wrong, friends. Okay, go do it again. Back, back, lengthen, around, around, that's right, around, that's right. It's this way I must go. There we go. Lengthen, step, pull the knee in, explode, turn, stand, down, down, drop, stand, you, you. Let's do that way. Swing, fall. Okay, Lisa needs to do that again. From the top. Back, back, lengthen, circle around, and around we go. Whoop. Down, this way, around. Lengthen, step, grab the knee, explode, down, 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 drop more, stand up, drop, stand down and drop, together. Cool, that's the other side. Yes, I like to go to the parallel fourth the opposite way. Grab a sip of water. Let's do that left side again, okay? 5, 6, 7, here we go. feel personally like I'm dancing a bit small. So if we can keep going to the outer edges of the space, keep finding that length and that maximum. I just want to stand here for a second to find what that's like for myself. I'm thinking of disconnecting my pubic bone and the bottom of my sternum and my lower ribs and the top of my ASIS. Great. Alright. Let's do the second side again. Cool. One more time, that side. And then we'll do some stretching. Cool? Cool. Take a little shake out. Think over anything that you might need. When you're ready, we'll start. Alright, here we go. Around, plie, spin, shoulder, knee, land, here. Back leg lift, reaches out, step, gather, kick, drop, spin, spin. Great work, you guys. Shake it out, shake it out. Let's stretch out our psoas. So that's the muscle that goes from our low back and the back of our chest through our groin to grab our femur. So this stretch is quite simple. Both knees are at 90. I'm tucking my back foot under. It might feel better for you to not do that. But from here, you can feel my strength. My tailbone and tuck under. I'm tucking under and the side stretch away. Allowing this hand to come down, we can take a longer stretch. And then you can also lengthen the heel away, getting a nice straight back leg. Let's walk around to the second. Take a stretch here. Coming back over, dropping that knee, tucking under, finding the length here, switching up and over side, lifting up that pubic bone to your sternum. Lengthening long, back straight leg. Trying parallel second. We'll give a nice pull in here. Walking the hands forward to a downward dog. I'm doing a wide leg one and wide leg hands, wide arms. Dropping the knees, pushing back to child's pose. clear up vertebrae by vertebrae. Take a moment to sit here and feel what it's like to let yourself be very expansive. Clarity of vision. Your whole body spreading wider. Like if you were still that chewing gum, like you're spreading the chewing gum wide on a surface. Let's sit down on our bum, extent of the heel. We can grab our toes, really flex and pull back. You can think of lengthening out the spine so it's long here. And then from this place, don't move your hips. Keep your hips square. So I'm not going to pull back here. I'm just going to bend my leg. So the hips stay square. I'm going to take this hand, reach across, grab the outside foot. And then switching sides, reaching out the heel, igniting the core, thinking of your hips very square. This leg's only going to bend. Outside foot, grab with your hand, lengthening. And you can let your leg be very long, feeling a nice long stretch here. Coming to your knees again, sliding this leg back. Stretching the hip flexor this way, we're going to reach and lengthen and relax. Pressing the heel away and drop. Heel away and drop. I'm getting my countdown from Instagram. Got 1 minute left. Thank you, Instagrammers, for joining. It was awesome to dance with you. The video will be saved on YouTube. So if you want to revisit anything, you can. Switch legs. We'll see you next Saturday at 12. Josh, the Artistic Director of Defining Movement Dance, is taking donations for this class. Otherwise, it's free. Thank you so much. We'll see you next Saturday. Great. Let's bring our legs together here. Notice where you're at. And you can just have a little gentle stretch here. Relaxing forward. And then we can lengthen the legs out and take a little stretch here. I like to feel the length of my spine first, and then you can soften it around down. You're going to add in a big side leg. And we'll go the other way. Thank you so much for joining. It was really wonderful dancing with you, and I hope you had a great time. Feedback is awesome. We will see you next Saturday.